Hi, sis. What's up, bro? This is JC Miller, and this is Bible Talk. So I was doing my Bible study this morning, and I'm in Genesis. I'm doing a little research on Jacob, going through his life, him and Leah, getting ready for this next book. And I came upon a prayer in Genesis 32. I came across a prayer of Jacob, and it just touched me and it moved me because, and let me set it up. This is what's happening. So Jacob is a trickster. He's a trickster. He overreaches. That's the meaning of his name. And what he overreached this time, and he took his brother's most precious possession, which was his birthright. He tricked him out of his birthright, and he moved on. They moved on. They separated. He ran from him because that brother was hot. Um, and in this scene now, there is 20 years later, and they're about to cross paths again. Jacob has a family of 12 boys, some wives, some concubine, all that. And they're about to meet again. And Jacob is scared. He is scared he's scared he's going to lose everything. He's scared he's going to lose his life, more importantly. And he prays. He prays a beautiful prayer. And it just struck me. Even though Jacob has changed, he's grown, he's matured, he's acquired things now. Um, he prayed. He prayed because he feared his life was going to end. So I'm not going to read the whole prayer, but what stood out to me is that, oh Lord, you promised me. He prayed a prayer to God. God, you promised me. You told me, that you would treat me kindly. He said, I know that I'm not worthy. He said, um, I know that I'm not worthy of your unfailing love and your faithfulness that you have shown me. He said, but I left my home. I owned nothing except for a walking stick. Now he has a household that is full with children and his wife. And oh Lord, please rescue me from my brother. I'm afraid he's coming to attack me along with my wife and children. But you promised me, he kept saying, and you promised me that you would surely treat me kindly. And I just wanted to say today, after reading that, it does not matter what road or what paths we're taking in our lives. It's never too late to pray. It's never too late to go back to God and to say, Lord, you promised me. Remember the prayers, the promises of God. Commit them to your spirit. The most popular one is Joshua 29:11 that says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to give you hope and a future. Remember, commit those prayers, those promises to your heart. And in times when life is not easy, because God, he never said life is not going to be easy. He said that he's good. God is good. Life is not easy, but God is good. And he promised to always be there. Jacob knew that. Even in the midst of everything going on, even though he was a trickster and even though he'd done so many ridiculous things, he still knew that God was good. And even after that, after his prayer, I loved what happened next, and that Jacob had to wrestle with God to move forward to the next step. And what I saw in that is that Jacob was wrestling with himself. He wrestled with a man, it says, all night long until the man reached out and touched his hip and wrenched it out of its socket. And then Jacob had a limp from there on, but he met his brother. His brother greeted him with a kiss and a hug, and they cried over each other. God hears prayers. God is listening. Most of the time, we're struggling with ourselves, but God is always good. Remember his promises. This is JC, and this is some Bible Talk.